Alright everybody, it's Brendan. Thanks for joining me again on my channel. So, got some weekend time here trying to get out of the house for quarantine. And the field I fly at is actually a registered FAA field. It's just kind of not really used anymore, an old farm field here in beautiful Pillow, Pennsylvania. So the nice part about being quarantined out here for our field is if you look around, there is nobody. And there is nothing. So what we want to do today is get out, do a little flying, try and get some footage here of the camera on the setup. My daughter did some footage for me before, didn't turn out great, so I had to scrub it. Still don't have a cameraman, so I opted for this. Alright, so quite the interesting setup with the camera on top of the hat. But maybe it follows where my eyes look, so if the video footage actually turned out, you're going to get to see it. What we're going to do today is I actually want to take the AL up, fly that thing a little bit, spend some time on it, and then I want to get that F14 Tomcat with the FMS version 2 Platinums, 2100 kV motors back up in the air again, and we're going to try and get some flight footage of that thing again this time. So hopefully footage turns out, a little bit in camera on the plane, a little bit here from the ground. Hopefully this stuff turns out well. Let's see. Here's a little tip for you. I picked this stand up. It's just like a waiter, waitress kind of food stand. I picked this thing up from Amazon for roughly 25 bucks. I know that they have other airplane stands and stuff that are out there, but I also like the straps that are there in the center. You could turn planes the opposite way that I have this if you want it more centered, and then the outside arms kind of work as a stand. For cheap, it works pretty good for stuff like this, and then you have room to let the retracts down. So just another option to the airplane stands that are out there. Those things usually run about 80 bucks. You can pick some up from Hobby King and other places. They are really, really nice. This thing was just an alternative because all the other ones were out of stock. I think even FMSmodels.com has them as well, maybe Motion RC. But so this is the F14 Tomcat Platinum version 2 FMS 2100 kV fans. We're going to take this thing up and give it a go. So if you look back through some of my other videos, you can see here at this old airport field, there's a set of tires down there for markers at the beginning of the runway. And then as we come up through the grass, you'll see this next set of cones right up here by the flag. That's 400 feet. Look back through my old videos if you want to of my Tomcat here at my field, and you will see the Tomcat needed with full flaps, no armament. The grass here is not turf grass. It is slightly long. In the summer it does get built up a little bit, but it took well past those things to get this thing off the ground. Watch where this thing comes off the ground now. I'll throw in some in-flight footage, again trying to get some here out of the camcorder. Hopefully this stuff turns out and we will see what happens.
Takeoff flaps, landing flaps.
This is going to be my second flight that I'm trying to record on the Tomcat. The first one didn't get a lot of the high stuff, got the takeoff. Been struggling with the camera on the hat thing, trying to get it to work. Hops right off the ground with power and authority. Roll. Big loop. Coming down, cut power, coast. Full throttle, up. One roll, two rolls, still full power. Back into the Cuban, cut power, about a quarter. Now we're just putzing about a quarter throttle, a little under half. A little bit of elevator pressure. I don't know if the gray sky helps today or not to see this thing.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Full. Pulling up, 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 up. Push the nose over. Roll. Split S. Guys, I can honestly say I never would have attempted any of this stuff before. That's full. Coming up into a big loop. Gonna roll it back over here. Double aileron rolls. All right, we'll start to slow this thing down here.
Gear down.
Try and bring it in for a nice landing.
Takeoff flaps. Landing flaps. 30 seconds.
Like a baby. There is nothing that gets my heart pumping like this Tomcat when I fly it. I don't know if that's just because it's got to keep you on your toes. I don't know if it's the look. I haven't spent a lot of time sweeping the wings, so I'm not going to play around with that today. I'm obviously getting used to this plane myself, trying to make it where I'm comfortable with it. I'm not there yet. I've swept it a couple times. Don't like the feel of it. And one of the things that I will tell you about this field,
Up.
while you're looking at the same field that I am, we have trees all along what's the eastern side of the field here. Down over the side of the trees, guys, you don't get planes back. There's a huge creek down there that's probably about 50 yards wide, 4 feet deep, and then there's a little island, another creek, and then fields. So if it goes down over there, you can't find it, and if it lands in there, it's in top of the trees. So everything we do at the eastern end up here has to come over to trees, and we don't usually have landing from down there, although I could have landed from down there today. The way you typically fly at your field, you get comfortable landing from that direction, which is what I did. So we flew this thing 340 on the timer. So let's go ahead and bust this thing out here. Let me take my hat cam off. I really hope I got footage here. I really do. Now that timer is the same timer that I used to fly with, 340, with the old batteries, or the old motor and speed controls. And I would get 340 out, not even flying as hard as I just did, kind of putzing around. And that would be it. They would be down to like 22%. So flying hard, bigger motor setup, 340 on there, and I'm at 26%. So there's a little bit more there if I need to go through a second pass. 376s, 377s across the board. These are roaring top 5500s. I'm getting 4 minutes out. And again, if I babied this thing, I know I can get more time, but I have a very long runway to get down to down there to come up. But you can see as I came through here, I was off the ground easily 100 feet sooner. And we haven't really mowed this yet, so this may even be a little taller than normal. But the punch and the authority when this thing came through here and went up into the air, there was no way. Before, when I used to pull the flaps in, it would drop like 10 feet. And I actually crashed one time and it destroyed the wing because I pulled the flaps in right after takeoff and it wound up ripping the wing off of it because it pancaked the ground and crashed. So this thing now, you saw it, it took off, it had authority, it had power. I pulled the flaps in, the gear in, and it was pulling. So I definitely recommend the upgrade. You will not be sorry. I understand it's a lot of money into a plane, but you're this deep in, make it right. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Again, thanks for joining me here on my channel. I hope you noticed that we changed the name to Just Plain Crazy, because that's what I am. That's mainly what I do. I do planes. I like biplanes. I like old timers. I like gliders. I like night flying, foamies, balsa. You name it, I like it. I'm just plain crazy. So this is Brendan. If you like it, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions. Hopefully I can help you out. We're over 350. We're up to 370 members. Guys, that is phenomenal. Thank you very much. I appreciate you liking, sharing, subscribing. It means the world to get information out and just have a great time in this hobby. I hope you appreciated the stuff we've done with the Tomcat. Hopefully the flight footage turned out. I hope that it's something that you can find useful.